No one must know what you do, and we'll not speak of this again.
But surely there are other ways, cleaner ways.
Cleaner ways don't win wars. And I'm no better than a savage, trusting in a fire god.
In Season 2, Episode 4, Melisandre birthed the Shadow Baby to kill Renly. In the books, we got a second Shadow Baby. After killing Renly, Stannis laid siege to Storm's End, which was being held by Sir Courtney Penrose. Penrose would not give up Storm's End because one of Stannis' demands was for the boy Edric Storm, King Robert Baratheon's only recognized royal bastard. Melisandre wanted to use Edric's king's blood, so Sir Courtney Penrose offered Stannis single combat, 1-on-1 versus each other, or with champions, which Stannis declined since he figured victory was inevitable. Davos recommended leaving Storm's End and attacking King's Landing for 3 reasons. Single combat was too risky, attacking would cost lives and wasn't a guaranteed victory, and a siege would take too long. Plus, Tywin Lannister was jammed up at the time, so King's Landing was ripe for the taking.
They have my son!
Take the throne, and Storm's End would become Stannis' in a sense. But Stannis and Melisandre came up with option 4.
Leave it.
Make a Shadow Baby.
But first you must give yourself to the Lord of Light.
I've said the words, damn you.
In the books, this is when Melisandre and Davos have that little boat ride together, and Davos witnesses this abomination. Talk about breaching the walls between the realms of men and death. The Night's Watch would not approve. And in the show and the books alike, Melisandre tells Stannis that he cannot make another baby because it would kill him.
Make me another son.
I cannot. You don't have the strength. It would kill you.
So this implies that the creation of a Shadow Baby drains some of his life force. Melisandre claims that the Shadows are servants of R'hllor.
They are servants of life, the children of fire.
So some characters in the books and many fans chalk it up to R'hllor.
I saw it, and you saw whatever she gave birth to. How can you deny her god is real?
But the only real evidence we have of the Shadow source is Stannis' life fire. The Shadows were death, and they were paid for by draining life from Stannis.
It looked like Stannis. To me, it just looked like a shadow in the shape of a man.
In the shape of Stannis.
Here are 2 facts in the books that the show leaves out. First, Davos notices that Stannis looks years older after having the first Shadow Baby. And the last point is pretty cool. Stannis tells Davos that he was sleeping when Renly was murdered, that one of Davos' sons, Devon, tried to wake him up, but Stannis would not wake up. So this takes it a step further. It implies that while the Shadow lived in this world, while the Shadow was out killing Renly, Stannis was asleep, out of commission, and he could not be woken up. So in summary, Melisandre got down and dirty with Stannis, and he begins to look aged. His life was drained, his life fire reduced, and Mel will not risk making a third Shadow Baby, or Stannis might die. The Shadow looks like Stannis, and while the Shadow is off assassinating Renly, Devon cannot wake up Stannis. These are all proof that the source of the Shadow Baby was Stannis' life force, his life fire, and probably had nothing to do with R'hllor, despite what the fanatic Melisandre claims.
Only death can pay for life.
It is known. It is known.
There is only one God, and his name is Death.
You claim to speak for a god. I murdered my brother.
We murdered him. Shadow, weep with me.
Wasn't your brother.